Journaling for self-growth, you are exploring concepts, thoughts, and the idea of giving you some journal prompts is to challenge you. Because when we don't use journal prompts, what happens is we can sort of get into a pattern and we'll journal about the same thing, and it can become like ruminating, where you jump on the merry-go-round and you go around, but you're not going any further, you're not producing any growth, you're not taking a concept and exploring it. So use Flip the Book. So the guests on my podcast, they come in and we randomly find a page and a paragraph and they talk about it. So what you can do is there'll be some questions set up for you, and you can either journal about the questions before you listen to the guests' ideas on it, or you can listen to the guests' ideas and then expand it to your ideas and write down your thoughts. And the reason why that's important is that you are reflecting it back to yourself. And sometimes when it swims around in our head, we don't do anything with it. When we do something physical with it, like write it down, all of a sudden we can see it a little bit more clearly. At the end of the podcast, we do Flip the Book, and that's where we randomly give you some choices, and then we just see what comes out of the book and then see what you think about it. So are you happy to have
Absolutely.
a turn at that?
Let's have a go, see what happens.
Okay. Let's see what happens. So we've actually got 3 books today. So 1, 2 or 3? 3. Which, by the way, Kieron can't see any of what I am doing. So that is actually my newest book, Spirituality, Evolution and Awakened Consciousness. And so could you give me a number between 1 and 185?
77.
That's actually a picture. So the picture is of a lady in the middle of, I'm just going to hold it up to the camera for you. Can you see that? It's a lady in the middle of a labyrinth in a boat. Yep. And it's all rocky and there's a labyrinth there and the boat. If you're looking at this, we'll be putting this up on the YouTube, but it comes off, oddly enough, we've just decided to do a video on this last night. It's called The Voyage. We trek into the crux of the labyrinth, only to voyage back to the entry on a similar pathway, hopefully retaining and applying our new awareness. So how do you feel about that, Steve?
It's something I wholeheartedly believe in. We have these opportunities and lessons, and if we to learn, I use the sort of idea of cogs in a mechanism. We go around these cogs, and if we can learn the lesson in what's going on, then we can skip to something else and we can move on and move up. I play, as I say, video games. I have done since I was a teeny tiny kid, and it's about learning. Video games are all about having an obstacle or an opponent. You learn how that works. You learn how to overcome that opponent, and then you move on. So the next time you come up against that opponent, you have the skills already, and it's all about that.
Oh, that is so symbolic of how this works.
Absolutely. Oh, don't get me started on the symbolism of video games, because genuinely for me is a massive thing, and I think it's really, really important. But yeah, so I wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfect for you. So thank you very much, Kieron, for coming along, and I would love to speak to you again.
It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. Time's flown by, which is great. And if we can do this again, that'd be great.